Yeah, Francois, it was leg 5 of our Namibia National Championship. Also, a lot of the competitors used it as preparation because it's the last event before the African Champs that is going to be at the end of September, beginning of October. And we had, I think, 26 entries from different ages, all the way from about 7 years old. We had someone in the mid-40s, so 4 years old. Okay, Ariana says we had a 4-year-old. Ariana is 7 years old, she even raced. And and myself, I raced, and I'm not going to share my age. What I am going to say is I wasn't the oldest, and there were people in the 40s. So yeah, I made a return after 24 years of racing, and it went well. Richie was obviously the man of the moment, as well as Ariana, the girl of the moment. Yeah, we have about 8 Namibians that's on the way to South Africa at the end of the month to take part in the African Championships. It's going to happen at Swartkops Raceway in Pretoria, Centurion. We have some of the big names that are going as Richie Jr., as well as Ivan Foster. He's going to be there. He's going to be one of the fast guys. And then one of the boys that I think we really need to look out for is young Cecil Koorts Jr., who's in a Bambino, little 8-year-old boy, taking part in the 8-year category, obviously. But he's going to be quick in his category. He's very, very talented. And so I think there's a few guys that we think between Richie, young Cecil, Ivan, especially those names. Oh yeah, and then Eustace, which is, sorry?
Bielka.
Eustace Bielka, I can't pronounce his name properly. Eustace Bielka. And he's also going to be fast. He's in the junior max class. So it would be interesting to see the Namibians take part against the South African guys and see exactly where they're going to slot in.
In the beginning I had to push hard because I started last because of the...
Going into the race I was excited. I was putting a bit more pressure on myself than the previous races to try and perform and to learn more. And then, with qualifying, the timing system obviously crashed, or not obviously, they don't know, but it crashed, and no one got qualifying times. So they had to draw our numbers out of a hat, and then unfortunately I was drawn last, so I had to start last, and then in Heat 1, and then Heat 1 was a struggle to get to the top.
A struggle to get to the top.
Yeah.
Francois, I must tell you, this guy was by lap 4, he was leading the race. So I don't know what struggle it was, but okay, I'll accept that because I was also in that same race. I'm just saying.
Closer towards the end of the race, I started having issues with the kart bogging. So then Ivan Foster, who is also one of the fast guys, he's up to now he's been the senior max national champion. He started catching up and he was close, and for the last couple of laps he gave me a good run for my money.
How does it feel for such a young man to race against your father on the same track?
It felt really good. And he's not that old. He still has a few years left.
I must tell you, Francois, Richie stopped racing about 4 years ago, and he made a return to the sport just now, and so it's his comeback after 4 years. And when he spoke about that, I told him, Richie, the last time I was in the go-kart was 24 years ago, so it's about 20 years longer than that. But yeah, it's tough. I was pushing as hard as I could for the first 4 or 5 laps, and then after that you just cannot hold it anymore.
Richard, how does it feel for the father to see your kids on the tracks with you?
Yeah, I think it's a very emotional thing for my dad, especially having been the first. My father was the first racer in the family. He was the one that started the whole motorsport thing. The Slamet family, I can proudly say, was the first ever Namibian family with 3 generations of racers on the Tony Ras racetrack, with my dad, myself, and my son Richie. My sister raced as well, and now my daughters are starting to race. My brother races in Cape Town. He's involved in superbike racing. has been a multiple Western Province champion and Namibia's only ever representative at the World Superbikes in both Italy and Spain. So it's a family affair. It's something we all love doing. I'm pretty sure I can see the emotion in my dad's face that it's something he started and his family is taking it further, and especially if you see the talent that especially these two young ones have, I can think he can only be proud, because I surely am.
So proud of you.